Welcome, family. Today we are going to be talking about the information that is currently making the rounds, which is the Beninoa president, President Romuald Wadagni, to Mali, where the Beninoa delegation had a very, very important discussion with the Malian president. According to media sources from the international agency, they call this a real breakthrough for Benin Republic. According to what they said Benin Republic has been able to address the biggest challenge in the Alliance of Sahel when it comes to their relationship with the AES. According to the information they gave, they said Benin Republic going to Mali and being accepted in Mali, they said this is ideologically the most difficult task. Yes, that was what they said. The international lookers and media, they called it ideologically the most difficult of the Alliance of Sahel. We always say it on this platform that to me, from the eye test, Mali looks like the most difficult in terms of when they say that this is what we want to do, you will not, there is nothing you will do. Once Mali recognize that, okay, this is the type of pattern that you are showing, and they don't trust the pattern, you can never convince the Malians to do anything else, you know. And a lot of people are saying this as a diplomatic breakthrough for President Romuald Wadagni that looks to have banished the past, the fractured relationship between Benin Republic and, Mali and the entire AES that was spearheaded by President Patrice Talon. So, according to the information we have, the Beninoa president is now inviting President Romuald Wadagni President Romuald Wadagni is now inviting President Assimi Goïta to Benin Republic. This is the big one here. So, according to information, the president of Benin, Romuald Wadagni, and the leader of Mali, Army General Assimi Goïta, agreed to resume the work of high-level joint commission on cooperation. The meeting took place as part of Romuald Wadagni regional tour of the countries of the Alliance of Sahel and became one of the first serious foreign policy initiatives of the new Beninese leader after his inauguration. The parties agreed to give a new breath to bilateral relations. Particularly, attention was paid to economic and trade cooperation because if you look at the geography of the region, right, when it comes to military cooperation, I don't think Benin has a direct influence or impact on whatever happens in Mali. And whatever happens in Mali, I don't think it can have some sort of extensive, or direct influence on Benin Republic. But because Mali, Benin, Burkina Faso, they are the same confederation, and the fact that anything can happen along the line, Niger can decide tomorrow that, look, I think with what we are looking at, we don't want to cooperate with Benin again. So they need Mali. Being the fact that Mali is the most difficult to convince, but as long as you can convince Mali, Mali can help you make the rest see reasons why they might have to give you a second chance when it comes to some issues. Mali seem like the most ideologically impervious, but the moment they give you that go ahead, the fact remains that they can, when you make some kind of mistakes that the rest would not tolerate, you know, um, Mali can be the one to intercede for you. So, according to information, they said this is a diplomatic breakthrough. They said Assimi Goïta said, I am ready to contribute to further strengthening relations between Mali and Benin Republic. They equally said President Romuald Wadagni thanked Assimi Goïta for the warm welcome and expressed his condolence in connection with the terrorist attack on the April 25th in Mali, as a result of which the country's defense minister, General Sadio Kamara, was unalived. He also invited Goita to visit Benin on a working and friendly visit. The invitation was accepted by General Assimi Goïta. Well, I have a problem right there. I have a serious problem right there, but that's not the issue right now. The press service of the Beninese president reported in its communique that the talks took place in a warm and friendly atmosphere. The parties agreed to hold a second session of high-level joint commission in the nearest future to intensify the exchange of delegations. Now, this is what I have to say, right? Good job from President Romuald Wadagni, right? President Romuald Wadagni is doing what ECOWAS have not been able to do, and is doing it. We cannot take away from the fact that before now, he has been doing so much work behind the scene just to make sure that every broken piece of the trust that the AES once had in Benin, for Benin, is working tirelessly to to regain that trust. You understand what I mean? And it would have been it would have been a very, very tough job. Even the delegation of the AES, they spoke specifically about how President Wadagni worked effortlessly. And it was time after time after time. Because when you look at the repertoire of President Romuald Wadagni, this was someone that served under the Patrice Talon's government. President Romuald Wadagni have been a political bigwig in Benin since 2016 to 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a huge political experience under some very corrupt regime. These ones are beyond puppets. The language you can use is treacherous. So, looking at that type of entity, one would think, what can this person bring that will be different from what his predecessors have brought? Because he served actively under these predecessors. But President Romuald Wadagni is saying, like, I might have served under this predecessor, but I am not them. And if we look at it critically, we can say that President Romuald Wadagni is not them. The reason is because if the presidents were corrupt and the finance minister followed in the same direction, Benin Republic might completely go out of line. Maybe he was the one tying all the ropes and making sure that the country does not fall apart economically. All right? But the cautionary tale is this. The French forces are still much present in Benin, like seriously present in Benin. And I was watching one of the videos where they were practicing, they were doing target practice. And I was looking at the way the French forces were, the way they were giving instruction to the Beninois forces. And I was like, something needs to change, right? And now, the Alliance of Sahel leaders have accepted President Romuald Wadagni, but they will seriously be on the lookout, all right? One of the most serious issue that President Patrice Talon had with Niger was that President Patrice Talon wanted more to the relationship. But Niger said, no, it cannot go that way. And why did they say it? They say you are still in a very active relationship with France. It cannot happen this way. And don't forget, President Patrice Talon invited the Alliance of Sahel leader, especially Captain Ibrahim Traore, to the independence celebration of Benin Republic. They did not honor it. Not because they did not want to go, but because, now let's look at it from this perspective, families. From a tactical standpoint, why would you go to Benin? If the same French people that are their partners, their security partners, are supporting the FLA, which is a terrorist group. FLA is officially a terrorist group. There is nothing like FLA is a terrorist group. You are giving political support, diplomatic support to a group of terrorists in Mali. You were giving political support to JNIM. And on the April 25th, and they've been given the support behind the scene, behind the curtain. But on the 25th of April, they took it from just behind the scene, they stopped making it latent. They came out. We are supporting, we are monitoring the issue. We are on the ground. We are actively monitoring the development of the situation. And what did that make France on the 25th of April? The FLA declared that they already formed an affiliation with JNI, making the FLA a terrorist, organization, right? Immediately. Before then, we know that they are a terrorist organization, but they actually openly established that we are a terrorist organization. Then, France openly declared support for terrorist groups, making France what? The mother of all terrorist organizations. Families, no, prove me wrong. They say, show me your friend. I tell you whom you are. People should not get angry when the Sahel say, we cannot cooperate with you because of your partner. If the rule is show me those you affiliate with and I will tell you whom you are. If you are saying with certain people, if those people are in trouble, they might probably come get you too. Because the fact that you are proximal to them, they believe that you have something. You are affiliates. France is not just an affiliate. France is a sponsor. So if you give me the gun, I am shooting. You are not the one shooting, but you are the one that repair. You are the one that give me the gun. You are the one that refill my ammunition. You are what I am. So if France is supporting destabilization in Mali, what does that make France? A terrorist organization. Let's just put it that way. There is unrest in their country. It's not our business. But what is the role? What role is France playing in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa? It's simply terrorism. Media terrorism, all forms of terrorism. It is it's so unfortunate that a lot of people don't know what those people are doing in Africa. But, recently, a lot of people all over the continent of the globe, they are now seeing France for who France is. It's no longer a respectable nation. But it's just because of the old order, the rule-based world, that is still giving them some sort of, that's still giving them some sort of shine. If not, France is already finished. If the multipolar world emerges, and that's it. And that's it. All right? Okay, let's take that aside. We have another information. Now, what do I think about the invitation of President Romuald Wadagni to Benin Republic? What do I think about the invitation of President Abdurrahmane Chiani and Captain Ibrahim Traore? Honestly, we don't mean no disrespect. We love the Beninois people. We love President Romuald Wadagni. But we can't risk it. Let's be honest with ourselves. We must not take this risk. We can't afford it. This is the first time Africa is beginning to see light. We are seeing light in Africa as we speak. Africa is beginning to make sense. Look at what Tanzania is currently doing to the West. The West pushed against Tanzania. Tanzania turned to Eurasia immediately. They turned towards Russia immediately. The reason why Tanzania had the cojones to turn is because they've seen some people doing it. Have you ever seen the Tanzanian government criticizing the Sahel? No, they've never done. A lot of people, their methodologies, I don't agree with it. But everybody is now looking at the Sahel. They might not speak highly of the Sahel, all right? But the Sahelian leaders have shown them that, look, the road to the market is not a one-way road. No. You can go from the left, you can go from the right, you can go from the center. The West sanctioned the Sahel. The West placed a lot of embargo on the Sahel. They told them nobody should cooperate with them. The West ordered ECOWAS to break all type of relationship with them. Bilateral relationship of every kind. Take all the benefit away from them. Send out all the NGOs. Air France should stop working there. Who is begging now? Air France was begging. They want to come back to the Sahel. The Sahelian leaders said, no, we don't want you. We don't want no more of your troubles. Nobody chased them. That's the big deal. Nobody told France to leave. They left. They were trying to put pressure on the leaders of the Sahel from every angle. They told African Union, remove them from all the benefits they've been getting. They thought they won't survive. But they did not know that pushing them away created, all right, a bilateral opportunity for different partners from all over the world to tap into the benefits of the Sahel. That was the first time Africa proved globally on the geopolitical scene that we are different. We are not poor people. We don't need hate. We are not a problem. We are not the last on the food chain. No. The Sahel proved it. And thanks to every individual in the Sahel, thanks to the Burkinabes in diaspora, thanks to the Malian in diaspora, they all came together and they showed that when honesty is the landmark, is the hallmark, right? When honesty, transparency, right, and when there is order, things can work. It is only when you have a criminal leading, that is when it seems it will look as if you need help. That is when it will look as if you need hate. The Sahel have just proved it. Now that said, we have a very, very important information I'd like to talk about. Now, I won't advise the Sahelian leaders to go. No, don't do it. All right? They shouldn't do it not because, not because it won't be good if they go. And I know that, the leaders in the Sahel are tough. If they want to go, they will go. All security measures will be put in place. But, there is a chance that if they go, France might try to play. All right? Because it's not in their territory. They might send terrorists. They might give those terrorists some capabilities. They might give them missiles. They might give them stingers. They might give them manparts. Strike it whenever it's going. They might stay. So we don't want to take the risk. All right? We don't want to take the risk. But we respect Nigeria. We respect Benin Republic for what they've done. We respect the phenomenal good gesture, but they can't take the risk. All right? So now, that said, the second information, which is very, very important, and I want everybody to listen to this information because it's a big breakthrough. All right. According to the information we have, the Council of Elders in Niger Republic has banned sermons of 3 imams. You see, how do we see Niger Republic? I think Niger Republic is almost 97% Muslims, and they respect the Islamic religion. This is a proof that there are good Muslims and there are utterly bad Muslims. Niger Republic have cancelled the sermons of 3 imams, their Council of Elders. And it goes both ways. The way there are bad Muslims and there are good Muslims, there are bad Christians and there are good Christians. In fact, there are criminal clerics on both sides. Everything that comes out of their mouths is to support the agenda of politicians. Do you know that some of these Western agents, they use some of these clerics to convince the naive African youths? So it's not like nobody should think we are just coming from, no, we are not going for both. No, we are not going for both. We are not going for a single religion. You want to go with religion, fine. Don't let it consume you. Some of these people are acting in parochial interests. They are not doing it for the people. They are not doing it because they were sent to do it. Have you seen the number of churches out there? Some people will come and tell you that God called them. Where did they get the call from? So, Niger Republic Council of Elders, who are predominantly Muslims, have cancelled, they banned the sermons of 3 imams. You will hear this one. He has grown beards. The next thing is a sheikh. Who made you a sheikh? Now, they said, in the opinion of the authority, their statements, including on social media, lead to the radicalization of the society. Earlier in Burkina Faso, Salafi Imam, all right, Ishaq, was banned and arrested. It's so painful they did not arrest these 3 imams. In Nigeria, some youths in the north that are misguided are carrying out terrorist acts. And you have a sheikh. You see, I don't even know how they get all these titles. They call him Sheikh Gumi. He is now fueling the youths that are misguided to go and be carrying out these acts. I told a lot of people, I said not all of these people are innocent. You have some terrorists in the bush. Those are the kinetic harm of the extremism. You have some among us. They are on social media. They are everywhere. Those are the ones that will pretend and will tell you, oh, what they are doing is not related. No. That's not how to do it. We have Islamic clerics in Nigeria now. Not confronting Sheikh Gumi one-on-one. They're telling him that, look, we don't know where you got your Islamic jurisprudence from, but what you are doing at this point, you have to stop. They are Muslims. That is what we are telling the public to do. If you are a Muslim, you are listening to me. It's not enough for you to say what they are doing is not Islam. It is enough for you to confront them in the name of what you believe. That stop discrediting our religion. Stop destroying religion and stop using religion as a tool to destroy lives. Do you know why people are standing up against Gumi? It is not because they don't know that that is the right thing to do, but because nobody has put enough pressure on them to speak the truth. Now you can see that recently in Nigeria, there is a very viral campaign now on all social media platforms. When people hear Islam, they are now, because there are so many talks going on all over the place. Some of the talks are good, some are not good. Some people are even using it for personal vendettas, right? So when youths now hear anything, when they hear Muslims now, they believe these are potential killers. And there are some people that have done so much research to the point where they will be giving you different verses where they say, go and slay this person, go and slay that person. Now, this has forced the Muslim to now stand up and say, no more support for terrorism. They are now confronting the people that have been preaching radical sermons. Now you can see Benin, you can see Niger Republic. Niger Republic is not Nigeria. All right? They are Muslims, but they are telling those imams, don't radicalize our people. In the name of Islam, don't do it. No, we're not going to. We are Nigerians before we are Islamists. You see, I want to say something, and this is my personal belief. If it hurts you, I don't know how I would be able to make you understand what I think. All right? I want to believe that religion is a seal of conquest. I am a Yoruba person. I'm a proud Yoruba person to the core. Yoruba history goes to Jamaica. It goes to Brazil. Yorubas should be very, very proud. We go far and wide. There are Yoruba speaking people in Benin Republic. They are in Togo. See, look, there is a reason why I cannot be disconnected from these people, because we see ourselves in them. Because this is our heritage. They practice the same tradition that we practice. We are connected. Something will unite us. when all the cows are down, right? But imagine, why am I speaking English? Why am I speaking English today? Because my ancestors were conquered. In Cuba, thank you very much. All right? Now, I am speaking English because some people were conquered in the past. And I will see some youths, they will come out and they will be like, oh, speak English. Let us use English to test your IQ. Is that how to test IQs? Is that how to test if people are intelligent? A seal of conquest, a seal that now you are a certified slave. You are, oh, look at your accent. You know, that's not how to call that word. This is how you rate yourself. It's so unfortunate when I see all these things. Speak whatever you want to speak. That is why there is AI now. People will try to use different methodology to convert people's language back to. Everybody is now looking for AI tools that can translate Bambara. Huh? But they want to translate Bambara. That's the language of the Malians. They want to try. There are so many languages in Mali, but people are now looking for different means. Some people even want to learn that Bambara. Because the Malians have put their foot on the ground that you have to learn this language to be able to communicate with us. People will be forced to learn it. For some people, the only way they show that they are educated is when they speak English. No wonder. Even if you speak English in your country, the English people want you to. Are you going to be more English than them? You will not. The funny thing is how we want to claim other people's religion as if we are more them than they are. Nobody can be more Yoruba than I am. Nobody. Nobody. Nobody can be more African than we are. It's in our DNA. You can't take it from us. You can't. If you like, call yourself Afrikaner. Call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. It's not our business. It's in the DNA. You can't take that from any. Look, you can't take originality away from anybody. You can't. It's like the finger. You cannot take it away. You can reside there. You can never be who those people are. You can't have the same adaptation. You are not them. So it is very, very important for us to regulate everything. All right. Ruto wants everybody to speak good English. That is the mark that these slaves are getting themselves, by themselves, continuously colonized. Nobody has to do it anymore. They are doing it by themselves. All right. So you will see some Muslims. They will be forcing themselves so hard to pronounce their own name. This is not how they speak indigenously. They want to force themselves. They will beat. I've seen people beat the hell out of their children. This is a pure abuse. They want them to learn Arabic by force. Why do they call it Arabic? Because it's not your language, it's for Arabs. It was the Arabian heritage. It was not given to you. Yoruba used to say, all right, Ibi ori dani si la gbe. That means wherever you are born, wherever you are made, you should accept your heritage. Accept it. This is your identity. I see somebody, we call him Kazim. He said, don't call me Kazim, call me Kazim. He said, call me Kwa. There's a way you pronounced it. I was like, why are you finding it so difficult to call it the right way? There is a TikTok channel that I follow of my people, right? There are arguments sometimes, and you have some people that call themselves imams and sheikhs. They come to that channel, they tell them to read the Quran. They can't even pronounce the words. They can't pronounce it like comfortably. Some of them don't even know what they are reading. And they will now ask them, please, interpret what you've just read in that Quran. They don't even understand anything about it. Now the moderator will have to interpret it to them. And you call yourself an imam, you call yourself a sheikh. Where did you get that title from? And these are the people that continue to confuse the society. It is not who you are, it's not your language. It's a seal of conquest. How did Islam get to Nigeria? How did it spread? It was Usman Dan Fodio that brought in the radical kinetic jihad. So people should try to look at themselves and ask themselves, who are you? And what is your mission? So I love what the Nigerians have done now. Look, tactically, you can sell yourself out from the religious standpoint. You can completely sell yourself. You would think it's cooperation. All right? You would think it's bilateral cooperation. You would think you are the same people. My brothers and sisters, you are not the same people. I heard from a woman that is living in Saudi Arabia who said if you look at the Muslims in Saudi Arabia too much that are Arabs, they might get you arrested as a black person. So what is your problem? What are you looking for? See, look, I will never put myself in a position where somebody will look down on me or make me feel a certain way. No, never. It has never happened before to me. It would never happen. I used to dare myself to appear in those situations. It can never happen. I look at people into their eyes. I look into the eyes of people like I am a god on my own. I don't know. You open books, you pronounce other people's language, you learn the pronunciation because it's not you. But you want to force it. So, I mean, and this is now this is the thing. I've noticed it in our mosque, in the mosque next to me here. When some people come to that mosque and they want to speak, and maybe they've traveled in South Africa to Saudi Arabia, or they learned anything in Saudi Arabia, the next thing you hear is, oh, we're now inviting this our imam. He has scaled in Saudi Arabia. He's a like shehu something, this one, that. I'll be like, okay, now everybody becomes so quiet because he has been to Saudi Arabia. He has gone to, I mean, the highest level of everything. But even if everything is speeding, it's complete bull jive. It's complete bull jive. They'll be like, oh, he has been to Saudi Arabia. Ah, no. Can you see the way he was talking? He has been to Saudi Arabia. Africans, please wake up. You can't blame it on your ancestors anymore. This is time. This is your time. So a lot of people like taking it out on their ancestors. A lot of people like taking it out on the West. The West colonized us. The reason why we are like this is because the West made it so. What are we doing now? What are we doing? How do we think? How do we problem solve? Let me tell you what I think in my mind. And this is off the books. I'm sorry to say this, but I have to say it. I don't I don't I don't really care when it comes to the interest of my people. I don't care what you think as an outsider. I want to believe there is a plan to take lands that are indigenously African lands. And that is part of the problem you have in Mali right now, in the northern part of Mali. There is this effort to take indigenous African lands. Sudan is one of them. And I still see some Sudanese trying to claim what they are not. I see some some people. Which country was it? A referee from Somalia was returned back to Africa. From Somalia was returned back to Africa from entering the United States. Because they don't, see, first of all, they don't treat you. They won't treat them like they will treat you? Is it the way the white police officers and their security agency, is it the way they arrest the whites that they arrest the black? Do they have the same behavioral pattern when they want to deal with both? They don't do it. They don't do it that way. So it is high time we start getting proud of our own identity. And we have to remove the death from our midst. There are some people that are representing things that are not good. We have to enforce some ideology. Captain Ibrahim Traore said you have to enforce some ideology. You have to enforce some certain narrative. Why is it that we have been so colonized to the point that we have to enforce our own identity on us again? Why should it be so? Our identity should be first. It has become so bad that we now have to beg our people to speak our indigenous language, because right from school they have been told your own language is a vernacular. It's not official, but that foreign language is official. If the foreign language is how you are, if your means of identification is foreign, how do you lay claims to your ancestral place of origin? What makes you a Nigerian? You are a Nigerian, that you are listening to me. How do you say you are a Nigerian? Hold on. How do you claim you are a Nigerian? Look at my international passport, right? On this passport, right? Everything that is on this passport was written in French. It was written in French. It was written in English and French. So what is the Nigerian identity if everything was written in French and English? It's a seal of conquest. You quote different verses, you quote different chapters, you call places you've never been before. What about your own land? If you've conquered them, right? If when you confronted yourselves, you prevailed over them, they will be talking about your history now. I don't know where a lot of people got this identity from, that they start becoming very proud. You call places you've never been and you might never be. You talk about how does the Battle of Khyber, what has it got to do with me? I hear this thing, the Battle of Khyber. Iran wanted to create a missile. They named it Khyber Shekan. This is who they are. This is their history. Everything about them is about them. What about us? So kudos to the Nigerians. The fact that they are still able to recognize that this is who we are. And we're proud of being who we are. And we are not going to get blindfolded by religion. You see, I'm beginning to discover that these people know. They know who they are. They are religious. They love they practice their faith, and they have respect for their, but they know who they are. For Captain Ibrahim Traore to put that misguided cleric behind bars, they know who they are. They know they are Burkinabes first. They know it has to come down to protecting their home. Nobody will ever accept you more than your people will accept you. Do you know that every time I do my live stream, I'm sorry to every other person that might be. I'm very, very sorry if I hurt you. But when I'm talking on this live stream, let me tell you something. I believe I'm talking. See, honestly, this is uncensored. I believe everybody on this Andre community are black people. This is how I relate. You can see the way I'm talking. I'm not talking because this was planned or scripted. I believe I'm addressing my people. So this is why I'm so free to speak like this. How will I tell a Brit how to live his life? What is my business with a Brit? What is my business with somebody that what's my business with someone that is an Irish? Why will I tell him that this is what to do? He should know what to do. He should go back to his history and find himself. I shouldn't have to help him find himself. I'm talking to my people. And that's why I cannot fear anybody. I cannot be compromised by anybody, because what I do is about my people. I believe that my people are free. We have to build on this momentum. You see the age group, the demography, 13 and 11, they listen to us. 13. See, I see this as a big breakthrough. If black descendants that are of that age group can be listening to what we say on the Android community, then that's phenomenal. All right? That is extremely phenomenal. Because that is the goal. When I see little kids and I'm walking, I'm so proud that, man, these are the people that we need to protect. These people, we need to protect this young generation. They don't have to be my kid. We need to protect them. They need to grow to understand the struggle. They need to understand the history. We need to get to a certain place and let them know. What you have to do is to build up from here and move forward. Don't go back. Don't travel back anymore. You don't have the right to travel back. You can only fall forward. You continue from that is how to build. So I really, really want to thank the Nigerian government for what they've done so far. They are doing a very, very phenomenal job. Very, very phenomenal job. In fact, I don't even want, if those clerics go outside the laws and they try to spread they should put them behind bars. You won't bring a foreign identity and superimpose it on our. It's not going to happen again. Not under our watch. And the young ones among us should understand this now. When you speak your indigenous language, be proud of yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that you sound a certain way. You look like someone from the village. I'm a local boy. Yeah, I'm a local boy. But I wear my pride, I wear my heart on my sleeve every time. And I would never ever try to be who I'm not. No, I won't come and argue that I own your land. Why would I own your land? That was my business with your land. Be at peace where you are. Live good life. Do great things for yourself. We can trade, we can partner, but I don't want to be you. And it is because of this problem that some of our people go out of their way to bleach their own skin. Nobody is pressuring you. No, I don't believe anybody is pressuring anybody to be there. Nobody's pressuring anybody to be them. My belief is because you want to be them more than they want to be you, but you have to be you. And because they want you to be them, they help you create that, they help you mass produce those creams. So I'm proud. Look at there is this AI video going about. There was this black woman they showed. They're trying to create a very beautiful woman, and they created a black woman. And it was AI. They wanted to create beauty. They wanted to personify beauty. It came out as a black woman. They tainted it with some foreign identity, but they were able to discover that this is actually this is not a black person. It is how much some people love to be you. Some people love to be you so much that they get young ladies, they get their over, they pay them, they try to genetically engineer it and help some of them be like you, but you don't know. You always feel like you need help. This person called. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We are who we are. We should love ourselves. We should be proud of our own identity. I feel like we are not busy enough finding ourselves. Because if we are busy enough finding ourselves, we won't be having all this trouble. Do you get what I mean? We won't be having all this trouble we're having right now. No, we'll be able to know that we have to prioritize ourselves first. So, like I said, I don't want an American, a Caucasian American person or an Indian person to come and be me. So I can never be you. Some people no longer bear their, they no longer bear their, nothing identifies them to their root. Nothing. You can't hear Adewumi. You can't hear Akinwumi. You can't hear Oderin-Law. All you hear now is Joshua Ezekiel. Huh? And you want, so we want to identify ourselves now. You want to come out be Joshua Ezekiel. How do you want to prove to me that you are part of me? Right? When I hear Omar Keita, the first time I heard the name, I said, this brother must be Malian. Because it sounds so smooth. When you hear Keita Son Diata, you hear Assimi. It sounds so indigenous. Don't look, our identity should be our identity. People should read books. People should, you read about other people. Let them read about you. Let them read about us. I don't want anybody to, I don't owe anybody no explanation. Whatever they want to do to start, they can do it. It's not my business. We should enjoy our own civilization. We were one civilizations. So, families, this is the information we have for today, and it's so beautiful. I have to go to the hospital for some reasons. I have some um, things to attend to. All right, in the hospital, I have. I'm not sick anymore. I have regained myself. I'm back fit. But I have to go to the hospital today to attend to some emergencies. So that is why I'm making this live stream. You know, we normally have our live streams in the night, right? So that was why they did not accept African names. Yeah, absolutely. All right. I watched the video. White people were singing African national anthem. White people are learning Yoruba, right? They are learning. They are so proud of learning Yoruba, but you have some black people, you know, they want to be on the other side so bad. And when they deport, do you know that they can deport? Trump calls people illegal aliens. I laugh when I hear things like that, right? What is the meaning of alien? Something that is not, something they cannot identify with. This can be alien to me, right? And I love the fact that the diasporans are very honest. They are very, very honest. In Nigeria now, if you want to hear the truth about Nigerian government, ask the diasporans. Don't see, most of the people that are at home, it is only frustration that makes them speak out. A 10 out of a 10 times, the diaspora will tell you what it looks like. And I want to appreciate the fact that the people in diaspora still remember that they are part of the people at home. Yeah. And Nigerians will have a lot of work to do. I know Nigerians are watching me. You know, when some Nigerians travel to UK, the first thing they try to speak the United Kingdom type of Queen's English more than the people. Like they feel like it's a new type of flex. Nah. It shouldn't have to be that way, all right? And they try to intimidate the people at home, saying that, oh, come and say this word. Are you educated at all? No, they shouldn't do it. All right, they shouldn't do it. They shouldn't do it. We should encourage our people. Imagine you have kids now that cannot speak our language. They've 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 understood so much of vocabularies that they don't even know how to. Before you tell them to express themselves in your language, you see them adding English words to it. It is the level of conquest. Stop calling it colonization. It's a symbol of defeat. It's a symbol of defeat and continuous defeat. You don't know the first line of your constitution. But there is a book that told you, this book cannot depart from you. It can never ever depart from you. You will continue to read that book day and night. Lord goodness. You will continue to read that book. You can quote that book. You can quote it back to back to back to back. Some people can tell you Psalm 91 here. Some people will tell you they know Yasin off-head. Offhand, they know Yasin. Offhand, they can tell you the whole of Yasin. My dad will wake up and be like, he that walketh, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. But some of them cannot speak Yoruba. They cannot speak their indigenous language. That is just their language. Not even quotations that are traditional. They cannot say it for 30 seconds without adding a foreign language to it. So please, let us be better. Let us do better. For the younger ones that are looking up to us. I don't know about some other people, but I know a lot of young people look up to me. Physically, that are around me, they look up to me. When I wake up every morning, when I step out, people say something, they will be like, what's the update? What's the update? They know I have the latest information. And I always like to breathe life into people. I enforce the truth. I enforce reality into them. All right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We are who we are and we are proud of ourselves. Don't worry about you. You are not our business. When Mali said France should leave, what happened? When Burkina Faso said they should leave, when Niger said they should leave, did they vanish? Did they disappear? Did the country stall and it did not grow again? Where did the terrorists, where did the weapon, the ammunition, the logistics, where did all the survival tools of the terrorists, where did it come from? It came from the people that want to make you feel like you need them. All right, family, thank you so much for this live stream. So I'll see you in another 24 hours when we have good information to share. I want to thank all my brothers, the ones that are not shy to hear the truth, to replicate the truth. All right. This is this is the hardest truth to tell anybody. To tell them that I know people were indoctrinated. You know, our parents took us to church, our parents took us to mosque, our parents put us in this colonial education setup. Chinese, they speak Mandarin, they speak their indigenous language. The British speak English. The Russians speak Russian. These are great powers. What are we speaking? This is a sign that we are under those different colonizations. All right. Families, I love you all. I love you so much. And, you know, I see you in another 24 hours, man. I would not be tired of saying this truth. Yeah. You know, this is so difficult. When you tell some people the truth about the things that were imposed on them, it was not even given to us, right? It was not given to us. We did not, sorry, our parents did not accept these things. Look at how they took people out of Africa. You can't tell me you changed my ancestors, you carved them, you forced them to do things that they were not supposed to do. You molested them, you exhibit, you put them, you did a lot of terrible things. And at the end of the day, you say you gave me a book, and that book will change me. And look at your policy. Till this day, over 400 years to this day, look at your policy still. And you want to tell me that stain you wrote with ink, you want to use that ink to disregard histories that was written in blood. God. So families, I'll see you tomorrow, man. I really want to appreciate everyone for coming. Much love and respect.